In the grey light of a Paris morning, a noblewoman knelt before the blade. Her name was Marie-Madeleine d'Aubray, Marquise de Brinvilliers, and the crowd had gathered not to honor her but to watch her burn. Moments before the executioner's sword fell, she whispered, "They taught me sin before I learned to pray." No one in that square could imagine the darkness behind those words, but her story began decades earlier, with a little girl, a locked door, and a scream no one answered. She was only 7 when the world first betrayed her. Left alone in a vast Parisian mansion, little Marie-Madeleine trusted the wrong person, a servant her father had hired. When he came into her room, she froze. There was nowhere to run, no one to hear. That night didn't just end her innocence. It rewrote her soul. Her mother had died young. Her father, Antoine d'Aubray, was always away, chasing influence at court. The child he left behind wandered the streets, learning that power protects the cruel and punishes the weak. Inside her, something hardened. The girl who once played with dolls began to collect secrets instead. At 20, her father arranged her marriage to Marquis Antoine Gobelin de Brinvilliers, a man who adored her beauty and mistook her silence for grace. To the world she was perfection, noble, devout, radiant. To herself, a prisoner in silk. Every morning she prayed beside her husband, and every night she dreamt of escaping him. He spent her dowry in brothels and called it business. She smiled, hid her anger, and swore one day she'd never beg a man for anything again, not even mercy. The mask she wore became her most dangerous weapon. Then came Gaudin de Sainte-Croix, a young cavalry officer with soft words and reckless courage. He was her husband's friend, and soon her forbidden lover. In the quiet halls of their mansion, she visited him at night, the marble floors echoing her every heartbeat. What began as passion became devotion, and then obsession. When her father found out, he used his power to destroy her lover. Sainte-Croix was thrown into the Bastille, where he met a man who would change everything, an Italian alchemist named Exili, master of poisons. Behind bars, the captain learned how to kill without sword or bullet, and when he was freed, he taught everything to Marie-Madeleine. Together, they built a secret laboratory above the streets of Paris. Bottles, powders, vapors, and death itself sealed in glass. And in that room the Marquise discovered her true vocation. Her first victim was her father. One sip at dinner, a small tremor, then silence. When he died in 1666, she mourned in black lace, her eyes dry, her voice soft. But when the will was read, her grief turned to rage. The fortune went to her brothers, so she corrected fate. Within 4 years, both brothers and a sister were dead. Slow, painful deaths that looked like illness. Society pitied her for so much loss. The court whispered, "How cursed she is." But no curse matched the one she carried inside. The Marquise had become something new. Not a woman, not yet a myth, but the quiet heartbeat of vengeance. In 1672, fate answered. Sainte-Croix accidentally shattered a vial in his lab. The poison he created filled the air, and he died breathing his own invention. When the police searched his home, they found the laboratory, the powders, and letters. Letters signed by the Marquise herself. She fled France, hiding in convents and inns, living under false names. But her beauty betrayed her. Her face was too well known. She was captured, brought back to Paris, and placed in the conciergerie. There, between confession and torture, she finally told her truth. Not to priests, but to history. On July 16, 1676, the Marquise de Brinvilliers was led to the scaffold. The crowd filled the square, waiting for justice or spectacle. First came the sword, clean and bright. Then the pyre. The smoke rose, carrying with it the scent of perfume and poison. When the flames died, people rushed forward, clawing at the ashes. They believed a speck of her remains could cure illness, or grant forbidden power. Even in death, she fascinated them, perhaps because she embodied what Paris feared most, a woman who refused to be powerless. Marie-Madeleine de Brinvilliers wasn't born a monster. She was made by silence, by cruelty, by a world that forgave men and punished women for the same sins. Her story is not about poison. It's about what happens when kindness dies too early and justice arrives too late. Yet if you believe that some hearts are not born evil, they're taught to be.